Okay, let's continue. Only joking. I won't subject you to another week of that. I've got a mustache hair in my mouth. I will do more gaming. I'll probably after last week's episode goes onto YouTube publicly, then I'll probably do a separate video. I won't fill up the podcasts with that shit. I think it's fun, but I don't know if it sticks. What I'm actually doing is drawing. Remember drawing? I like to draw pictures. Remember when I drew pictures that one time? It's the Simpsons. The Thompsons. Remember that episode? It's got one of the funniest gags. Well, not one of the funniest, but a funny, memorable gag where they have like the identity change. They go into witness protection, and the two like whatever police guys are trying to get Homer. They're talking to Homer about his new name, and they're all like, so when I say, hello, Mr. Thompson. So when I say, hello, Mr. Thompson, and look at you, and stamp on your foot, you say, hello. Got it? Yes. Hello, Mr. Thompson. I think he's talking to you. That's very funny. It's spooky. It's Halloween month. Get it? Spooktober's coming. Well, it's Spooktober now. Oh no! All of these ghouls and ghosts. They're terrifying me. Oh no. Have I mentioned that? I really legitimately would love to spend the night in a horribly haunted place, just to be like, what is everyone doing? Ghosts don't exist. What's the matter with you? No, but actually, because there's energy and you feel it, the atmosphere, and yeah, the atmosphere. Yep. I did. So I remembered. This is completely not relevant to anything. This is completely disjointed from anything and everything we've been talking about. It's conversational, yeah. It's a back and forth between me. I remembered this story randomly. Someone mentioned divorce in like a show I was watching or something, I think, and it sparked the little memory that I haven't thought about for fucking years. I might have mentioned it before, but I don't recall. So I'm going to say it again, just because it's a funny story. It's not a long story. It's not much of a story, but it's just a funny thing that happened. So you all know, I think, I've mentioned before how, because the name Ewan isn't that usual, it's not a regular name. As far as I can tell, most Americans, when they see the word Ewan written, they think it says ewan. That's most of the Americans I've interacted with on Instagram and such have all thought my name was Ewan until they hear me say it as Ewan, and then they go, oh, it's Ewan. Oh, like Ewan McGregor. Oh my god, it's like Ewan McGregor, the world famous actor. How did I not even know that? Oh my gosh. So if I'm like ordering a pizza or something, I'll just say my name's Sam, just because it's easier than saying Ewan. Because if it's on the phone or even if it's in person or whatever, if I have to say Ewan, people go, sorry, and then I have to say Ewan. I have to be so clear about what my name is. And if it's written down and I then go to claim my pizza, I say it's for Sam, yeah? And they're like, cool, yeah. It's just easier. And if it's the same if I meet someone who I know I'm never going to see again, if it's just a brief, hi, how you doing? What's your name? Sam, fucking whatever, like it matters. I have as much sort of love for my own name as I do for like my pronouns. Like I don't give a shit how you refer to me, what you call me, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's literally like I understand if there's cultural relevance and stuff, and you know my name's a Scottish, a traditional Scottish name, so it does have some sort of cultural relevance. But I wasn't born in Scotland. I've never lived in Scotland. I have Scottish heritage, whatever that's worth. But I've never it's just a noise you make to make sure I know you're talking to me. That's all it is. So it doesn't matter what noise you make as long as I know it's directed at me. If you're looking at me and you go, "Oi, dick nose, I like your beard," then I'll go, "Hey, thanks." And then you go, "No, the guy behind you with the actually good beard, you pompous ass," thinking I'm talking to you just because your nose looks like a tiny little penis. It doesn't, but it, you know, in the context. So that's a little bit of, you know, context again for this story, is that in those situations I use the name Sam as a nom de plume just so people fucking leave me alone and it gets through the situation quicker. It's just easy. So that's what I do. So one day, many years ago, when me and my brothers all lived at home, I think my oldest brother had moved out, or maybe both my brothers had moved out, and whatever. So there's a knock at the door, at the front door. I was closest. I went to answer the door. At the door is my mum's friend, an older lady. I don't know, maybe in her late 50s, early 60s. My mum's old, so, you know. So it's one of my mum's friends, and I say hello. Oh, hello, and she goes, "Oh, Martin, hi." Martin is the name of my oldest brother. She opened the door, saw one of her friend's kids, and you know we don't look the same, but maybe we look similar, or maybe this friend has had issues with mental health, very sort of extreme issues with mental health that I am aware of. So you know, I'm not saying because of her mental health she thought I was someone else, because it happened, but that just is what it is. So, hi, this is you. No, not this. That ruined the fucking story. Why would I have said my name's Ewan? I didn't say. The point is, okay. So there's a knock at the door. I open the door. She says, "Oh, hi, Martin," referring to me, thinking I'm my older brother. So I say, "Oh, hello," and I play it as if I'm Martin. I don't correct her. I didn't say, "I'm Ewan, you dumb, mentally unwell bitch." I just said, "Oh, hi," as if to say, "Yes, this is Martin. How are you doing?" So I shout for Mum. I say, "Hey, Mum, your friend's at the door," and then wait for a second. Then the friend at the door goes to me, thinking I'm my older brother. "I was so sorry to hear about your divorce." So now I'm in it now. I've put myself in there. I've already confirmed that I am Martin, my older brother. My options are to go along with it and keep being Martin, or to correct her and say, "Oh no, sorry, actually, I lied before. I'm not actually Martin. I'm not actually divorced." Because my oldest brother had recently gone through a divorce. After marrying very quickly, and less than a year later they were divorced. Genius. And they all tell me I should hurry up and start a family. Yeah, maybe. Shut your fucking mouths. So of course I went along with it, and I actually said, "Oh, thank you. You know, yeah, it's been difficult, but, you know, that's why I'm back home right now. You know, just trying to get on with it." Because I figured it would be a quick, "Hi, how are you? I'll get Mum. See you later." But then while I was waiting for Mum to get to the fucking door, she brings up my divorce. And then I was in it. I'd already accepted the role of my brother. I've told this story really badly, but I think you get the idea. and I didn't even feel silly. I felt a little bit bad for just straight up lying to this woman who thought I was someone else, who was then kind enough to, you know, give her condolences about my divorce. And I said, yep, that was me. I got divorced and it sucks. But thank you for your kind words. Oh, look, here's Mum. I'll be going now. And then I went into my room and went, oh, God. I thought it would be so quick. Just a quick, hi, how you doing? Go. Hi, Martin. Oh, hi. Bye. And that would be it. I didn't think she'd fucking bring up my divorce. Jesus, who does that? Why would you? Is that a thing, like a normal thing to do, to say to somebody, sorry about your divorce or whatever? Would you bring that up, or would you just say, how are you? How's everything? I guess it's not that bad to ask. Yeah, you know, especially if they're a family friend or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe what is bad is to pretend that you are your divorced brother and then have to lie your way through a conversation about your divorce. And that's what I get. The whole point of giving different names and saying I'm someone else isn't to be like a con man. It's just to make situations easier for everyone involved, easier for me, easier for the person. Because, you know, if I order a pizza or something, if I say my name's Ewan, then it's like, what? How do you spell that? Does it start with a U? No, it starts with an E. Of course, the name pronounced Ewan starts with an E. Why wouldn't you think that? So it's a whole thing. So if I say Sam, everyone knows how to spell Sam. So they say, oh, here's your pizza for Sam. Cool, brilliant, donezoed. It's a little bit easier now. It's all online, but still. You know, I don't go to Starbucks, but I imagine it would be the same thing with Starbucks. Can I take a name for your order? And I'd say, yeah, it's Sam. And that sort of thing's happened before, where for a second, they've gone, thing for Sam, and just for a second, I've been like... and they go, Sam? And then that's like, oh shit, that's me. I'm Sam today. Of course. Ooh. So that was fun. That was the time I got divorced. Oh. It happens, you know, divorce happens. Thankfully. Because it gives me an excuse. Because if divorce never happened, if everyone who got married was like happy and shit, ugh, could you imagine? Then when people said, Ewan, why aren't you married yet? Then I'd have to be like, oh, well, you know, I just, because I get all these pictures of tits in my DMs, and if I get married, then that doesn't have to, but really kind of maybe should stop. I don't know. No, so I don't want to. Whereas now, because the divorce rates being what they are, and the divorce rate in my family is like higher than the average divorce rate of like the world, which is quite funny. So when people talk about that, I get to go, well, you know, I feel like I'll be fighting a losing battle if I even try getting married. Not to mention the fact that I disagree with it just in principle. Just fucking... It's the same reason I'm like, not against, but kind of against like Christmas and Easter and all of that shit. Because it's just, oh, well, it's what we always do. Let's just do that. Let's just keep on doing the thing we always do. Why bloody not? Oh, it's fine. That's why the world is in such a shit state. Because we've just carried on doing what we always do, thinking it's going to be fine, until we realise, oh, we're literally destroying the planet. Never mind, let's just keep doing what we always do. And it's just the same, that sense of, well, it's tradition. You just do it anyway. Like marriage. Oh, it's just what people do. Why? You don't... It's fucking stupid. I really like this person. So what shall I do? Oh, I love people who are, you know, you see it on Tinder all the time. I love people who are spontaneous and up for adventure and blah, 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 blah. And then you meet someone, you spend some time together, and then they're like, hey, let's get married. Let's get a house and a pet and do the things everyone else does all the time. Let's be spontaneous, free thinkers, and then do the same shit everybody always does. Oh, wow. How interesting you are. I'm just bitching now. I'm bitching, yeah. I'm fucking cool. I draw pictures, sometimes for money, yeah. So Marge Simpson's pretty fucking hot, right? Especially here. Fucking Franken Simpsons. So this is from one of the couch gags in one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes, where they come in and they've all been like Frankensteined. They've all got each other's body bits on all the... Like that's Homer's arm on Homer's upside down body with Marge's head. And that's like Lisa's body with her arms where her legs should be and her legs where her arms should be. And like Lisa's got her head on Marge's body with one Homer leg instead. Maggie's body with... And then I guess the screen... I found the screenshot on Google, so you can see they're all reaching for their heads because they all pop their heads off and then switch them around to different bodies. That's the couch gag. If you've not seen it. Whatever. So I thought it would be fun to draw. I like that sort of stuff. I like Simpsons. I like, you know, body horror. Does it count as that kind of thing? But also, because this will make quite a cool drawing, just one, a fun drawing to make. Draw the Simpsons, and then because they're all like zombified and Frankenstein, there's lots of like little bits I can do, little bits of noodly hatching here and there and stuff, which normally on the Simpsons you can't really do because they're such big basic shapes. You can make them 3D and you can add texture here and there, but there's not too much room to add that stuff in. Whereas when they're like this, with all the different body parts and creases and stitches and things, there's a bit more space to add in some fun hatching and stuff. So, fun drawing to make, number one. Number two, it will be a cool drawing to have finished. So once it's a finished drawing to look at, it will be a cool, like, hey, that's a cool drawing. Neato, bo, beato. And three, if I can find the fucking time, I'll also, I'd like to paint it. So I'll keep this original drawing and I'll probably trace it in reverse, and then paint that tracing. I'll trace it onto, lightbox it onto some thicker paper that I would normally paint onto, and paint it. Because that could be cool too. Maybe do some lighting effects, but nothing too outrageous. Probably just... I also like it because this particular image, because of the like dead skin tones, they're quite muted. They're not as vibrant and yellow as, the Simpsons usually are. So I like that sort of tone for painting with more muted colours. So that'll be that in general, with, texture and highlighting and shit here and there. And then I'm thinking maybe a turquoisey green glow from about here going upwards. So strongest here and then just a few patches here and there, which, for one thing could just be spooky, whatever. But also because they're sat in front of the television, so it could be the TV. Which, kind of fits because it's like... Ooh, spooky lighting from underneath. Ooh. But also, oh no, they're just watching television. That's quite a Simpsons-esque kind of gag, isn't it? You think it's one thing, all spooky and shit, and then it turns out, oh no, they're just watching TV. That's all that is. Oh, boobity-boo. That kind of thing. Do you know what is a Simpsons kind of gag? You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel. Do you know what is a kind of Simpsons gag? Remember Gun Viking? Well, he's back in pog form. I made an actual Gun Viking pog. Look, it says Gun Viking, the Pog, number 1, Ewan. It's a Gun Viking Pog. Heads or tails? Oh, tails, you lose, you bitch. I made that for a video. I made a video. I've had a rough few days. I've not been doing that well lately. Which now is a thing. But I spent the best part of a day or an afternoon putting together this video. It had like a skit in it and a whole thing to sort of promote my 24-hour Gun Viking comic to help boost sales a little. But then once I got all the bits of the video together and I was editing it and watching it back, I was just like, this is just not... It's just fucking rubbish. It wasn't as funny. I mean, parts of it were kind of funny. Like sometimes, I watch my videos back, and even if I don't find them hilarious, I can tell if it's funny or not. Like with the drawing, like I know if my drawings suck. I know if a drawing I've done isn't up to my usual standards or whatever. Like you just know, and it's the same with videos. Like if it's funny, it's funny. If it's not, it's not, and I know it. So I was watching the video back and editing and stuff, and it was just not hitting the tone I was going for. And I tried to edit it in such a way that it could have kind of worked, but it just wasn't happening. And this was that was literally just to do like, remember Gun Viking? Now he's back in Pog form, and then cut, and then, but also in black and white. Here's my 24-hour comic. The whole point of the video was like, a lot can happen in 24 hours, and then there was a bunch of different things that could happen in a 24-hour period. Some good, some bad. And then, what would you do with 24 hours? Well, I'd evidently sit in the dark all day drawing a comic. That was the video, basically, but it just didn't come out good. I will not redo it. I'll do something else. I'll think of something else. Because I do want to do, like, a fun video for the comic to let people know it's out there and available. Because that's a thing. Where were we? 180 or something, was it? No. I'll know when I see it. Oh, there was an 8 in there, I swear. 118. No, I was so close. 180, 118. There's 1, there's an 8, there's another 1, but that's... So I showed, that's what I did in the Akira pages, which was, it's okay. Look, it's a Lego Millhouse. Aww, isn't that cute? I've got a little Lego Millhouse. I should draw and paint him more. I did one painting of him ages ago, but... Hey, look, it's Akira Book 4, Part 2, because it's fucking long. Let's look at the artwork in Akira Book 4 for an hour. I probably won't. I love shots like this, which is quite a classic thing in media in general, where you see character sitting somewhere and then it zooms in and you see their face just like, I don't know. I think it's funny. Love this fucking minotaur of a woman with her rockets caving people's heads in. Smoke. Plutch. So the fucking Japan's exploded and everyone's running around the streets in chaos. And our main characters, our little band of player characters, is surviving amidst the rubble of the city. It would have been really cool to have seen this big strong woman in the film, but obviously can't really fit everything into the 2 hours. But she's a really cool character. She's got a knife in the ribs. Fuck. And he's got a fucking butt of a gun to the face. and his head summarily blown off. Not quite, but basically. Even this shit, all the shells are like accurately drawn for the type of gun it is. Like the gun's really accurately drawn. We like the magazine, the big bulky magazine underneath, and the little duo pod at the front, the grip and the sight and the hilt. Is it a hilt, a butt, or whatever? And it's just accurately drawn each time from each angle. All the shells are accurately drawn for that type of gun. Whereas I just go like, you know, gun shell shape, just a cylinder, black out one end so it looks like a hole. And, you know, that's why Otomo is the great master artist that he is, and I'm not. Well, you know, I'm a master in my own right, in my own sort of lane. That's really cool. A little bit of rubble in this sort of flooded area. With all of Akira's fans around. Long live Lord Akira! Noble Akira! All hail the master! Oh, she's feeding him. Open up, that's a good boy. That's what I say to my twinks that I have around. Move your asses. What are they doing? What are they carrying? Carrying some kind of gas canister or something? Oh, it's the bed with her in it. Ugh, fucking dummy. Why didn't I know that? Someone's shooting at them with fucking rockets. Oh, it's her. Is she trying to kill the kid? I don't know. Maybe I should read the goddamn book. Is she trying to save the kid? Ooh, I don't know. I literally have no idea. Love these shots. Crack, chock, brack. Blam. She blew his hand off. Literally shot his hand off. Oh, it's also good. It's like really clearly done. So you can see fucking this is her, and she's on a thing above this guy. He's lower down. He's running off. She runs. Gets a boot in the back of his head. And there's him falling on the ground. As she lands, tap, and then runs forward. You see this guy with, you know, they're all there with the bed thing. You bitch, hold it right. Glah! She smacks him to the side. And then there's 3 others. And they all get fucking beaten. 1, 2, 3. In different directions as well. That's all really good. I guess there's another one with a knife there. And then his hand gets shot off. And he's there. Like, it's all so clearly laid out. It's really, really good. This guy, this fucking seer guy. That broken water tower is so nicely drawn. I wouldn't want to climb up on that. I'd be scared. Ugh. The whiteness here, that's a really good little thing to point out. Be very easy just to draw the buildings going into the ground, but you have this like mist, because there's water and smoke and all kinds of shit. This is here as well. Which is a good little detail if you're drawing like cities and things. Have like some, not necessarily a mist, but have it like fade up into the buildings. It gives a nice sort of perspective and shit. I don't know. Rubble. I love drawings of just like shit on the ground, man. I know I've said it before again and again and again. It's one of my favourite things to draw, is just shit on the ground. I love it. But when I draw shit on the ground, it's usually just pieces of paper, maybe some cigarette butts and a cigarette packet, a can or two. And that's what I usually do, is I think, what would be on the ground? Stones, bits of paper, cigarettes, some cans, and that's about it. Maybe a bottle, if I can be fucked to draw the shape of a bottle without making it look shit. Cans, you can just draw a rectangle and you go, it's a can, a circle in the end, it's fine. A bottle, you actually have to concentrate as you're drawing and like figure out, okay, is it going to be just a straight bottle or is it going to have like a curve to it? Ugh, fuck that mess. And then when it comes to drawing like piles of rubble, this is pipes and there's bits of metal and wood and all kinds of shit in there with bolts and stuff. Whereas I just go shapes, 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 shapes. It's all rocks. It's big chunks of concrete. That's what my rubble is. I'll throw some details in there now and again, but boy howdy. All the different guns as well. I have like 4 guns that I draw, and most of them are made up because it's just gun shape. That's all you need. With like my kind of comics, you just need gun shape. Occasionally, like that one. I used reference for that because I wanted it to look a certain way, and it came out more or less okay. But you know, that's just pistol with a long magazine and a long sight. I guess that's probably a Glock is the closest one. That's an Uzi, but kind of made up, but kind of referenced in my head. That's just a made up gun. But then something like this, that's I don't know the name of it, but that's an existing type of machine gun with the magazine on the side. I love that. The side magazine there. The barrel with the holes in it is a really cool thing. You probably shouldn't hold the barrel with the holes in it because that's where the gas escapes as you shoot. Surely that would blow your hand off. Or maybe it wouldn't. I don't fucking know. I'm not a gun expert. Jesus. That's a really nice panel. All these panels with like rubble and scenery and shit, but they still work. They're as cluttered as they need to be, but they still like, that's a nice clear path with the guy carrying the kid. Or the girl, is it Kay? Yeah, she's carrying the kid. Or the old man, kid, whatever. This is a really nice scene with the lighting, the duotone in the front, and then the light in the background lighting these figures. I guess they're awaiting the arrival of... Oh, Lady Miyako awaits your arrival. They're waiting for her. You mean number 19? Yeah, that one. Don't shoot them. Why not? Who are you? We meet at last, number 41. Dum, 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 dum. Yep. Every time we look at this book, I'm going to do that noise. I used to have the Akira soundtrack on CD. Obviously, I can download it. I can find it all on YouTube, you know, but it's good. It's a really cool fucking soundtrack, man. It's one of the few, like, I first saw Akira when I was 15. It was on my 15th birthday. I went to buy it knowing I'm 15 and it's a 15 rated thing. And I bought it and I watched it. And it's one of the few things where like the soundtrack first jumped out at me. Normally, as a kid, as a teenager, whatever, you watch films and you just go, oh, that was fun. But this was one of the few where the sound and music really jumped out at me as like, whoa, like this really adds something to it. It's really eerie, really impactful, really mood setting. They're getting shot to fucking pieces. Oh no. Is that her? Is she going to die? They just leave this massive boulder onto her, I think. Blam! Clang! Crush. That's enough. Go down and finish her. The cow's ammo can't last forever. Oh no, she's not dead. She's alright. Shooty, shoot, shoot. That's really cool, man. That's cool enough as it is. And then you see the guy there with like the double lighting. Well, this is in shadow, but you can still see it's not just blacked out. And then the light on his shoulders there. Really cool. Really, really cool. Cool. Just all of the rubble in the bits of the building and all the fucking windows and shit. Man. Can you draw more? No, you can't. You've drawn enough. Take a break, Mr. Otomo. I guess this is going into the history of shit. Those kids, those fucking weird, creepy kids, man. Ooh. Okay. And the boy they called number 28 destroyed Tokyo. The scientists were killed and all the records disappeared. The only survivors were Akira and 3 other children whom you know. Those 3 fucking weird kids. They're talking about Akira and his powers. I keep crossing over in between being really invested in the story as I'm looking through it right now, and then also wanting the story to just fuck off so I can look at some cool pictures. Like that. That's most... The drawings in general are good, but it's the scenery that really does it for me, especially like the cityscapes and the fucking blasted wasteland post-apocalyptic stuff. It's just so fucking impressive. Really atmospheric, yeah. But also the action stuff. Because it's not easy to draw that and have it look good all the time. Oh, look, the gun's out of ammo and the actual slide's pulled back as it would be. And oy. Details, man. Details. Shit's good. Shit's bananas. There's a big fucking hole in the ground. Oh no, she fell in. Oh, there's a lot of bodies down there. Or skeletons and things. Oh no, it can't be. Yep. Shit's all bodies. But she's still got the little girl with her. She's surviving. Oh, she's in the water with fuckloads of rats. Squee! They're all jumping at her. Fuck. That's cool. It's Batman! Almost, but not quite. That's the Colonel. He's on the side of the freedom fighters or something now. Or maybe he's not. I don't know exactly. The Colonel. Kyoko, where are you, Tiger? None of your business. Flish flosh. He's helping her. Yes, a good guy. Oh, he teleported. She's asleep. He's like, why me? Why is he the one who's... Did he mean to teleport? Or did he just fucking... What did he do? Shit's going down, yo. Excuse me, there's been a couple of those. Let's not make a habit of that, shall we? That's cool. It's not much, it's, you know, just a fist, but it's well drawn, like the shading on the... That's one way to give volume to a hand, is you treat it almost like a box, and so you just put like shadow on one side of it. And then the top and the other side. Because, you know, in general, when you look at a box, depending how it's tilted, you can see the 3 sides, the top and 2 sides of the box. Put shadow on one side of the box and leave the other 2 vacant of shading. It gives instant, basic, you know, sort of form to it. And if you treat the hand, especially when it's in a fist, because it's basically a cube, you know, there's shapes and shit to it, but it's basically a cube. Get shadow on one side, leave the other two bare, and then you've got like instant form to your fucking hand. Here you go, you're learning. Or something. Jesus. Again, just fucking draw a lab, but okay, draw it unnecessarily detailed. All the little tools and wires and cables and broken shit and equipment and little notes posted up around the screen. Like, it's so fucking good. It's a difference you see in films as well. When you see, you know, someone like that, some scientist who's been in a lab that he's salvaged and kept together, cigarette butts and notes and food and books and all kinds of shit. Well, you see some films, sometimes with high budgets, that have a scene like this, but it's just like a clean lab and there's a computer or dual screens and it's whatever, maybe like a rock band poster or some shit. But then you see like the really good films where they really pay attention to like settings and characters because they care about the setting and the characters and the story they're trying to tell, and they put real effort into the scenes and make them look like this. And I guess it's the same in comics. You get stuff like, you know, Liefeld 90s Image comics where there's almost no backgrounds in the entire fucking things. Well, he maybe has like an establishing shot at the beginning, maybe, and for the rest of it they're just in empty spaces, different colour backgrounds, maybe some lines in the background somewhere. But then you get stuff like this where you know where they are at all times, you know who's doing what, all the action is clear, the settings are clear. Impossibly clear. You can't put this much detail into something. Actually, I was going to say you can't put this much detail into something and not have it be clear what's going on. You absolutely can. You can fuck yourself over putting too much detail in. You need to know how to put the detail in, where to use detail, where not to use detail, how to fucking shade your shit. Because you could hatch all these curtains, you could hatch the guy's suit and make it all different tones and stuff and lose that completely. But that's really basic and you see exactly what's going on. And even in this, you know, look at the tone here and the light here. You can't just draw it and make it detailed. You have to do it well. Fucking like this. See, this is obviously... Let's go back a bit. Find this guy's lab. So that's this lab here. It's got the rubble here and these cabinets. From a different angle, the cabinets and the rubble. If that were me, I'd just trace this and be like, we're in this again, and I'd just trace this bit and put it here. But no, he drew it again from a different angle. And see, that's why Gun Viking was set out in a fucking snowy, barren wilderness or whatever. As I've said many times, I borrowed from Tank Girl, which was drawn out in the desert because Jamie Hewlett didn't want to draw buildings. So he just draws the Australian outback, which is just fucking sand and rocks. And same with Gun Viking. If it's set in a snowy wasteland, all I have to draw is fucking snow. And I can theoretically leave pages completely white because it's snow, and I can just have the character, which I did a couple of times. I almost wish I did that more because it can be quite an impactful sort of looking image. But whatever. It's not about me. It's about fucking Akira. We still got loads left. Let's fucking get through it. Let's look at some shit. It's Tetsuo. Oh, he still hasn't turned into big bulbous baby Tetsuo. I don't know if that happens in this book. Maybe the next one. I thought it happened way sooner, actually. I'll be honest. I thought we would have gotten past that by now. Boo! Oh, he's not doing good, is he? He's having some trouble, is Mr. Tetsuo. Boom! The whole place, the whole thing where he was, this flooded rubble area. I think it all just blew up, or maybe that's all just the water from the power of him flying up into the fucking sky. All these weird kids doing their weird kid shit. Obviously, they've got like some psychic link between them and all of those like experimented on kids, including Tetsuo now. So when one of them feels pain, I guess they all feel the pain, or something like that. I don't know. Is it ready? Yes. Is it reliable? The margin for error is 5 or 6 meters. Targeting something within a 10-meter radius is going to be highly dangerous. Are they talking about the Soul laser? The fucking space laser thing, the satellite laser. Zack. Tetsuo. Whack. Even the simple shit, man. It'd be so easy to fuck up drawing lightning. Maybe that's what they're working on. But yeah, if you're drawing, like, you can tell exactly what that is. So well done, man. It's also, I'm looking at this as just its drawings, and I'm looking at it like that. But I have a real problem sometimes where people point out like bad comic book art, which there is a lot of. But you have to understand where like people are working to very strict time constraints. And so when people pull out like one panel and go, oh, look how shittily the person's drawn in this panel, like they've got no feet and their hands are all weird shaped and they don't look right. And it's like, yeah, that's a bad drawing, but that's one drawing in amongst fucking hundreds of others within this book. It's not necessarily fair because it was probably drawn really quick because they were like behind schedule or something. So you can't expect everything to be like top fucking notch. Oh, he's got a device. It's a really cool looking device, and he's got one. But then, so almost in the opposite way, maybe it shouldn't be that you pull them out and go, this is really well drawn and this is really well drawn. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just looking at how about I stop trying to actually say anything of any real meaning, and I just look at some pictures and go, look how well that gun's drawn. That's really cool. Ooh, big head. Kaneda. Oh, he wants his friend. He wants his friendy friend. It's Kaneda Ghost. What's going on? Come on, let's get through this. Let's not have to have... How long? 25 minutes already. Jesus. Okay, I'll fucking... stop here and look at the rest of it next week. No, let's not. Let's just fucking get through this shit. Very cool drawings of people being blown apart. It's not much, just like raggedy lines and stuff, but you instantly, you know what's happening. Crash, drawing crashing and exploding. Amazing, brilliant. Oh, it's all so good. Oh, Akira's just bloody brilliant, isn't it? Well, yeah, actually it is. It takes so much effort to draw all these stupid little bodies and make them look good. I literally just draw shapes. When I had to draw in Zilla, I drew all the army in front of the big Zilla monster. I literally just drew like vague people shapes with a black line in front of them, which was like army men with guns, and that was it. Because I'm lazy and I don't put the work in. And maybe that's why I'm not a fucking best-selling international comic book guy. Wait. Oh no, I thought that was Kaneda, but it's not. Okay. Name's Kesuke. Okay. Suki, and Kei. What? Well, whatever. Who gives a shit about the story? I don't care what's happening. Just look at all the pretty pictures. Oh. It's all ramping up. All the groups are gathering. They've all got guns. Tensions are rising. Everything's getting to boiling point. Where's number 25? Can you find her? Can you sense the energy? I sense. Ooh, that's cool. Like a double exposure thing. He's sensing Tetsuo's power. They're all after the kids. These damn psychic kids. It's a really cool, like, post-apocalyptic look. The hat and the hood with the torn up cape, bandages on the arms and shit, and like vague sort of impressions of military clothing, but ultimately not, or something. He's pointing his device. Oh no. Tetsuo. The pills. Number 41. Have you no shame? Give me the pills. Accept the pain and face your destiny. Tetsuo, you piece of... No, wait. Something's wrong with him. I need the drug. Pill. Pew. What is that, a laser gun? Or... Oh no, it is, yeah, that's the aiming device for the satellite laser. Oh boy, I think he just fucked those guys up. What is this bullshit, a laser? Grr. Not doing anything to him. Kill him, yeah. Brrt, brrt. Light in the sky. The soul. Pew. It's all going down. That light. What? Tetsuo sees the laser and flies towards it up through the clouds. Whoa. Akira senses it. He knows what's up. Oh shit. It's Tetsuo. But is it? Not again. Jesus. Everything's already destroyed. Can't you fucking leave it alone for a second? Fuck me. I don't know how well you can see it on camera or if you've seen this in real life, but the detail in all of these fucking windows and the perspective and the straight lines and all the bits of rubble and fucking hell, man. These are like skyscrapers coming out of the sky. What is going on? Buildings coming down upon buildings. Upside down buildings. Yeah. That's what? What is it? Ooh. Oh, I thought he got impaled, but no, he just landed in like a blanket thing. Buildings coming out the sky. He's in space. He's flown into outer space. Is that him as a baby? Those are my parents. He smiled at us. Nah, he just yawned. Tetsuo? He's seeing his own birth. That's fucking weird. Him as a kid. He's crying because they broke his toy, his Gundam toy. And he's in space. Canada. And these buildings are crashing down onto other buildings. Is this your cry at the trauma of rebirth, number 41? What is this? Shape, I know it. Same one Akira's always playing with. It's DNA, son. Those damn double helixes. Yeah. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Did Akira pull him back down? No, he's smiling at him. Kind of, I think. I love how they draw these things out, man. They're so well paced across so many pages of like this weird shit going on. And it ramps up, and then he's in space, and there's a bright light and a flash, and then he sees Akira, and he's back down to Earth. And Akira's chilling in his chair. Tetsuo's... Is he kneeling before him, or is he just taking a breather? And that's Kaneda. He's come out of the rubble. I guess he was in the alternate fucking upside down building world, and now he's crashed back down to Earth. Is it over? Oh, for now it is. Christy McChrist. It's always the way, innit? I always intend to look at something for just, 15, 20 minutes. Not too long. And then it ends up being 35 minutes of just looking at stuff going, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good too. Oh, this is also good. Wow, really insightful commentary, Ewan. Brilliant. I was tempted to make a video, not a commentary, but like just talking about Squid Game, because I watched that recently. And my video was going to start with me saying I wasn't going to watch Squid Game, mainly because it was too popular, which, it's kind of a dickish thing to say, but like, it's true, because most popular things are shit. The one example I can think of is like Bird Box. Is it called Bird Box? And everyone was doing the Bird Box challenge. Oh my god, this film is Sandra Bullock and they're all blindfolded. And the actual thing's shit. It's not even a good film, and the gimmick is shit. It's a shit gimmick, and it's something people latched onto and memed it to death. They memed it to death. But I was like, kind of bored, and there wasn't anything else to watch, and it's Korean, and I do love Korean cinema and that sort of thing, and I thought, okay, I'll watch the first episode while I'm drawing and whatever, and then, within a few minutes I stopped drawing and was watching the episode, and then I proceeded to watch all 9 episodes in one sitting, because I was just, not compelled, but like, I was invested right away. And every episode I was like, okay, just one more. Okay, just one more. Okay, just one more. And I sat there for fucking 9 hours and watched the entire series, because it's really, really good. It's not perfect, which is the video I was going to make was going to be titled The Problems with Squid Game, which would be saying that it is good. It's very good. Sometimes things are popular with good cause. And it's a very good show, but it's not perfect. There are very few perfect shows out there. And I didn't expect it to be perfect, but this is just a few things I noted. Not even whilst watching, but after watching it and thinking back to certain parts where I'm like, this and this and meh. It doesn't make me like the show any less. It's just a few things I noted about it after having watched it, which I'm not going to go into now, but I might still make the video. I probably won't. We all know the last time I tried to make a video, a couple of days ago, it fucking failed, so maybe I won't try that too much more. I'm adding black into this because I was going to do it all just purple, but I think adding in just some black here and there just to sort of define certain parts a bit better, because it can all get a bit messy, especially with cross-hatching. It's really easy, like in, very detailed panels of Akira and such. It's really easy to overdo it and just make it all look messy and fuck it up. So it can be good, which is the benefit also of doing it in like purple or whatever, because if I did it in black, then it gets even harder to sort of like define everything, whereas if I do it all in purple, then use black for definition here and there, it makes it a little bit easier there. Yeah. But yeah, Squid Game was good. I enjoyed it. Also, a handful of the points I was going to make in the video, I have seen other people make here and there, so I'm like, meh. There's still things worth mentioning, but if everyone else is already saying it, then, there's not really much point. And one thing I have seen noted, which I noted as well, is the whole point of Squid Game is it's the rich elites taking advantage of the desperate situation that just regular people are in, which, basically it's the rich elites putting people into a dire situation, and then they're given the illusion of choice to get out of that situation, and then the rich people use that for their own entertainment, where the only reason they're in that dire situation in the first place is because of the fucking rich people at the top. And then the rich people at the top say, oh, hey, it's okay, you can get yourself out of this situation, which, you can't. You're always stuck in it because the rich people are still at the top. That's, from best I can tell, that's the point of Squid Game. More or less, at its most basic. But it's become this whole thing, like the honeycomb discs with funny shapes in them, the red light, green light game. It's now, I've seen people are playing it on Roblox, and it's like they're taking, it's so relevant to today as well. It's relevant always of the rich people taking advantage of the poor. But today, especially in our current, economic climate or whatever, it's so relevant, that message. And everyone just looks at it and goes, oh, these actors are so attractive. Oh, look at the funny shapes in the honeycomb circles. Oh, that doll was really creepy, the big red light, green light sort of mannequin doll. Oh, I love their tracksuits. They're really cool. And people like taking... I've seen a couple of thumbnails where people have replaced the characters' faces with their own faces, and white people replacing the Korean actors' faces with their faces, and it's like, that's it's a Korean-made film with Korean actors, and it's really fucking good. Don't put your stupid white face in it over somebody else's face. Like, what the fuck are you doing? They meme everything. Everything becomes just content. It's not this impactful show with a message that you can watch and think about and take something away from. It's just content to watch it on Netflix. Spend a few hours watching it on Netflix, then make a game out of it, make a video out of it, make this, make that. He says, as he was talking about making a video about it. But, I'm not memeing the shit. I'm not turning it into a joke, more content for myself. I kind of would be, but, whatever. And that's partly why I wasn't going to watch it, because that's all I saw was just all the fucking memes of it all. Everyone, Squid Game this and Squid Game that, Squid Game lunchboxes, Squid Game t-shirts. Look, I made a fucking needle felt of those two girl characters being lesbians. People shipping characters and like just way to miss the point. You fuckers. It's because it's not my place to say because I don't know. But if that was made in America, if a show like that was made in America, you know it's made for profit. They're not making it to send a message. They're making it to make a product, to sell, to make money. That's the point of, like, if it was an American-made show. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw an American remake of it, actually. You know, with pretty American actors and actresses and whatever. But the fact that it's Korean, like Parasite, everyone goes, oh, I don't get it, it's fucking stupid, or it's boring, or boo. Like, yeah, you fucking missed the point. It's about the divide between the rich and the poor and the fucking levels to that and whatever. Like, when other cultures make films like that, it's because there's a fucking mess. So, Squid Game might have been made to be consumed as a product. It may well be the case that that's what happened. But it appears to me that there's a bit more going on with it than that. And the guy was he was trying to get it made for like 9 years and no one would take it. So this guy obviously he'd written this thing and he had a lot of love for it and wanted to make it and get his message out there. And then everyone takes it, absorbs it and goes, hey, wow, look at all the funny images I can make based on this one show. And then, you know, it'll be forgotten about. And then it'll be on to the next thing and the next thing. And it's just the world we live in now, isn't it? Which is an issue I have with like Instagram and stuff as well, is in being someone who creates stuff and puts it up on Instagram because that's my platform or whatever. Everything you make now basically has the life cycle of a day on average. You could spend hours and hours, days and days making something, putting effort into a painting, a video, a comic book, drawings, whatever. You can put so much time and effort into something, post it on Instagram, it gets likes, it gets shared, it gets comments, whatever. And then the next day, because of the algorithms and whatever else, it's forgotten about. It's gone, and that's it. And now it's like, okay, now what? What have you got for me today? That was yesterday's post, yeah. I know you spent a month or more working on that thing, and that's great. I'll maybe buy a copy if you put it out in print. Or I'll tell you to get it printed and then not buy it. But what have you got for me now? What's today? That was yesterday. What have you got for me today? That's how it is making shit online, like nowadays especially. And that's how it is with everything, you know. All these Netflix shows. The guy was trying to get shit made for 9 years and he got it made. That's amazing. It's really cool that it was finally picked up. Someone at Netflix obviously went, hey, this could be good. This could make money for us. So that's amazing that he did get it made. But it's going to be forgotten about so quickly. Especially because it's been memed. It's not been put out there as this like deep cult followed thing. It's like it's memed. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And then it'll be gone. And then you'll never see it again. Well, I mean, you might see bits and pieces here and there, but yeah. And that's just how it goes. That's how it works. That's the system now. Everything's immediate and everything's throwaway and then it's on to the next thing. I get, you know, in some ways that's like, because like with comic books, it's kind of always been that way. Because the amount of work, even if you're working quickly, the amount of work that goes into making a full comic book, to draw an entire comic book, it's a lot of work to fucking You know, people spend their entire lives sitting just making comic books. And if you're working on like a monthly book, you spend the best part of a month drawing a book. It gets printed. And a comic book, you can read a comic book in minutes, like a 22-page comic book. You can read it so quick. And then throw it into the collection, the heap of other comics you've got. And then you just wait for the next one. And it's like... That's why, you know, things like Akira and things in general, you know, painted comic books and stuff, I try to look at them in more depth. You know, I say, oh, I'll get this done in 15, 20 minutes, but you should spend more time looking at this shit. Someone devoted huge amounts of their time, of their life, into making this thing for you to look at it in 10 minutes and then go, oh, that was cool, and then go, oh, what next? What else can I look at? What else can I absorb? What other content can I get from this person? And it bums me out a little bit with like my own comic books of like, you know, the Gun Viking graphic novel had some hype to it. I was surprised, genuinely surprised at how much people seemed to like that and be hyped for it. I guess because it had been like building over several years. And then it came out and sold out, which I'm hugely grateful for. But then now it's just like, it's done. That's been and gone now. Now I need to work on the next thing and the next thing. And like, there's just, it just never ends. I don't know. That's a rant. I'll try to end on a lighter note. I'm really glad I never studied. That's a note I had written on my post-it notes in front of me that I meant to talk about over the last couple of weeks. At school, I never, like, you know, you're supposed to do your homework and revise for your exams, do all your coursework and stuff. I put literally no effort. Like, outside of school, like, I'd get homework done occasionally so that I didn't get detention or whatever, but I got a lot of detentions and virtually all of them were for not doing homework. Once I was out of school, I did not put any effort into school work because absolutely fuck school. I hated the place, I hated the people there, I hated the work, I hated every single fucking aspect of that place, and I refused to devote any fucking of my own time to that fucking thing, this horrible fucking gigantic force that ate up so many years of my life. So when it came time for like exams, for instance, GCSE exams back when I was a kid, I didn't put an ounce of effort, not a minute of time spent revising for my exams or doing coursework or whatever. I was out of school for the day and I was done. I didn't study at all. And my grades reflected that, but of course they did, because that's the effort I put in. But I mean, that said, I still got 6 passes. One of those was art. One was drama. To a lesser degree. A lesser do. But then, you know, because I didn't do coursework and I didn't pay attention in classes or whatever, I failed English language. I passed English literature, which I don't understand how I did that. I think I have spoken about this that much at least before, about the English language, English literature thing. But so as a result of failing that class, I wasn't able to get into the college I had originally planned to. I went to an open day for the college. I went to sign up to go to the college. I'd gotten into the classes I wanted to get into. And then I went there to sign up and they said, you didn't get a high enough passing grade in your English language exam. That means you can't sign up this year. You'll have to take an extra year to redo English, to pass the exam, get a higher grade, and then the following year you can fucking come to this college. which I did not do. I was, like I say, I was not devoting any extra time to schoolwork. I wasn't going to put in another fucking year. So the following day, because I was aware a friend of mine was studying art and design at Eastleigh College. So I inquired there, and then literally the next day went, interviewed, signed up, got in, and it was all fine, which is so much better because at the college I was going to, it was in Winchester, and it's just a bunch of kids from rich families, just stuck up fucking posh pieces of shit. I'd have had to have done like 3 different classes, including art, that I didn't really want to do, but had to. Whereas where I went to Eastleigh College was all just art and design for 2 years. And frankly, it was the best time of my life. And even so, like, regardless of where school did or didn't take me, I'm just glad I didn't study, because if I had studied, I wouldn't be in some fucking great science or maths job and an engineering position or anything, because I was never going to go in that direction. I'd probably be in roughly the same boat I'm in now, but I'd have spent all that time studying. So my point is, I'm so glad I didn't waste any time studying, because I'd have felt like such a tit. If I studied, I got all my coursework done, all my homework, made sure I got good marks in my exams, I'd be sat probably doing what I'm doing now. If it was different, it wouldn't be much different. And then looking back going, wow, I wasted a lot of fucking time putting effort into that shit. And I'm so glad I didn't. So fucking glad I never studied at all. Because look at me now. Oh, I'm living life, loving it. It's the best. But at least I have that one small victory, that I didn't give school my fucking life, my own time. I kept it for myself. They're not getting any fucking shit out of me. Take enough of my time. Give me enough fucking headaches. Ugh. It's fucking... I hadn't done my mathematics homework. And then during the following class, the whole class was basically going over the homework and taking notes on it and stuff. So the teacher saw that I wasn't going over it and taking notes. She was aware I hadn't done the homework. She was annoyed at me for that. And then she said, why aren't you taking notes? Because it was all based on the homework we had done. That was the point. So I said, well, there's no point because I haven't done the homework, so I don't. And she cut me off, yelling, there's no point, no point. Are you saying my job's pointless? Are you saying all the work I do here is pointless? How dare you say that to me? And I just wanted to be like, are you fucking insane? That's not remotely... I'm saying the act of me taking notes on the homework that everyone's done is pointless because I haven't done the homework. Therefore, I don't have work to take notes on. I haven't written anything to note. And she took that to mean as like a personal insult to her, that I was saying her job is pointless. Everything she's doing is pointless. It's just, fuck you, lady. It's not about you. I'm not doing the fucking work. And let me be clear. Yeah, I could have taken notes. It probably would have been beneficial in the class or whatever to take notes. And then I still might have learned something and gained something from taking those notes based on other people having done the work that I didn't do. My point was, I haven't done the work, so why am I taking notes based on the work I've done? Well, there's no work to fucking take notes. Fucking, ugh. And she made it about her. It's not about you, you fuck. Are you saying my job's pointless? Well, Yeah, okay, I am saying that. Fuck you, you fucking pig.